leading them to the championship one season ago. He and Adaporn Lert Milaporn round out the starting five. Richardson, Ibnu Susilo, and Titan Ho, a great name, one of three referees here for the Patriots Slammers game. Pats in white against the Slammers in blue.
Well, definitely, Sean, one of the keys to this ball game are those two players jumping it up, Little in the middle, and Jason Dixon, of course. Jason Dixon going to try to once again show his power, which he showed all throughout last season in helping the Philippines win the title.
Little blew the tip up, so Slammers get the ball on the side. That is Piapong Pirun, and quick shot, and it's an air ball.
Not the kind of way you want to be able to start out, especially in hostile territory, but he saw the shot, took it, and missed it badly.
A guy by Villones. He is checked by Manajan Tuma. Little backs down Dixon with the left hand, and a whistle. Double dribble is the call on Little.
Well, you can see the strategy very early of Team Philippines trying to take it out the big man, Jason Dixon. Try to maybe get him into early foul trouble. We'll see what happens. Didn't work that time.
Slammers set up in the half court. Oh, travel the other way. So two early turnovers here at Inaris Arena.
Not a good start for both these squads, but let's see. They're going to try to settle things down. I'd like to see Villones try to create action in his own first, because as you said, you know, he's coming off a great game against the Slingers.
Villones against John Tuma off a screen. Corner three. Little comes up with the rebound. Interior pass cut off. Devon Sullivan with his first touch. Slammers, a series of quick shots to begin at the other end of the floor, and the basket for Chito Jaime opening the scoring.
That's what he can do. He likes to get out in the open court. He's got some height, and he's also got some heft. Well, very early you can see that the referees are allowing a lot of banging inside and outside, and let's see who better adjusts.
Lert Milaporn on a drive, blocked by Little. Great defense by the Pats, then they throw it away. Here's Lert Milaporn attacking from the other side. Fadeaway jumper, that's off the top of the glass. Wild shots from the Slammers to begin things. Little, skip pass, and the lay-in.
Once again, Chito Jaime on the wings, doing what he does best.
Unselfish play by Little, feeding the trailer Jaime. So Dixon, double team comes. Sullivan whips it over to Lert Milaporn. And from the elbow, won't go. And that one last touch by the Slammers.
You know, Sean, I don't like the offensive patterns right now of the Slammers. They've got the current reigning MVP, and he has really not taken a shot at the basket yet.
Feed inside, right, backs away. Fadeaway jumper, that's short. And Dixon corrals the rebound.
I'd like to see them wait a little bit, wait for Dixon to get into position.
Show and go move by Lert Milaporn. He's fouled on the drive.
But that time they had the right thing in mind, trying to set up their main man inside. You've got to establish the inside presence of Jason Dixon, because things open up from there.
First team foul for the Pats. Pirun. Bounce pass. Dixon, two defenders on him. Pirun in the corner.
That's a better shot, because, you know, the defense is really collapsing there. And Jason Dixon, that's how much respect the defense is showing Jason Dixon.
Backcourt foul by Manajan Tuma. Not smart. Right on the side. Oh, Sullivan intercepts the pass, in for the jam.
Well, a very poor pass there by Rasheem Wright. That's maybe still unfamiliarity with his teammates.
And you see the wheels of Devon Sullivan doing relief work in place of Quete. Little blows the dunk. That should have been an automatic too. P-Rune in traffic. He'll hit.
Finally, he's had a couple of shots at the basket. Finally gets one to go down. We're tied at 4. That's clearly a traveling violation. That was very clear. You know, the pass by Junjun Kapatu back to Biliones didn't have to be that hard. And obviously, he had to bobble it a little bit just to control it.
So 2 mistakes in the backcourt by the Patriots here. Milaporn for Dixon. Dixon finding the open Sullivan. He cannot knock it down.
But once again, a better run offense there. As you can see, they're now getting open shots. They've not been able to make it, but still a better set as far as they're concerned. Biliones side.
Oh yeah, he loses his man on the left side drive. Team speed, one of the reasons the Patriots have built a 6-1 record.
And Biliones comes up with a charge on the other end. So back-to-back great plays by the Spitfire-ish guard.
At the previous basket by Biliones.
And now this is going to be a very good matchup. These two have played each other so many times in the amateur ranks, and right now they're going to be facing each other here. And I think he's the only guy on that squad from Thailand that can actually slow him down. We're talking about Bagyon.
Froyline Bagian replaces P-Rune. Check that. Oh, and P-Rune had it taken away by Biliones. Wow, he is all over the place here in the first quarter. Kabatu. And Biliones comes up with the rebound, squares for the jumper. Kabatu catches up to it. Fresh 24 for the Pats. Little on the baseline. Eight seconds to shoot. Jaime draws contact.
That's what Chito Jaime does so well, moving without the ball. And you can see he got his first 2 points off the break, and they're moving without the ball, getting it in stride, and he gets fouled. He's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. As you see Rasheem Wright on the screens, he looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Both Wright and Dixon non-factors thus far in the game.
Well, decision-making time here for Coach Louis Alas. Does he keep Rasheem Wright inside? I know Rasheem Wright is not the kind of player that likes to sit on the bench, so you have to be able to nurture the attitude of your player, but at the same time, if he's not helping your team, he's better off on the bench.
The 6'4" Chito Jaime. That's 1.93 in the metric system.
Well, he makes both free throws. It's a 4-point lead, and looking at the rebounding numbers, Patriots 10, Slammers 2. They're getting hammered off the boards.
Milaporn missed a 3, but there for the putback is P-Rune. And a timeout on the floor. 8-6, Pats leading, 4:55 to play in the first quarter. We'll step away and return to the Inara Sports Arena. You're watching the AirAsia ABL live. Hammers 8-6. For a report on the status of the Rasheem Wright, let's go to our reporter Rima.
Thank you, Sean. Well, it seems like everybody's still getting to know Rasheem Wright. According to Coach Louis Alas, he wanted him to come off the bench, but he insisted on playing in spite of his injury. And then I talked to Coach Rahul Mortel of the Thailand Slammers. He says that Rasheem Wright is a mystery to him. He is a little bit on the edge, not knowing his game, which makes him iffy about preparing how to play against him. Sean, Anthony?
Big key in his debut as they beat the Singapore Slingers, but an enigma in this one as Donald Little hits from downtown.
Well, right now, still looking at right. I'd like to be able to see him show more mobility. It looks like he's really hampered by that hamstring.
Dixon unable to hit from outside, but Sullivan with the follow.
Well, back to back, as you can see there, back to back offensive rebounds gets them 4 points.
Big rebounding edge for the Patriots here in the first quarter. 7 seconds to shoot. Billones lost the handle. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And that goes off the top of the glass and is a shot clock violation with 3:53 in the first. And a pensive Louis Alas on the Patriots sideline.
Right now, you know, I'd like to see him put Rasheem right on the bench, even just for a little bit. Let him watch his game, and look at this. Slowly but surely, you can see Jason Dixon heating up.
15-footer gets the Slammers within one. On the baseline.
It's Hyman once
shot.
again. He's got 8 points in his ball game. He's waxing hot.
Over half of the Patriots' offensive production from one man. Baguian across the floor. Sullivan at the top. Lurt Milaporn, a slasher, and Dixon there for the easy follow. Little left his man, committing the cardinal defensive sin.
Not only that, but at the point with a smart play, he saw the defensive man come to him. He just threw that ball off because he knew all alone inside was Jason Dixon for defensive board. And here's that matchup I was telling you about. There may be just 1 or 2 guys who can actually stop Billones in this entire league, and Froilan Baguion is one of them.
Artie Larong in the game. And in comes Warren Ibanez spelling Billones.
And Wright comes out as well.
And he's replaced by Benedict Fernandez. So changes aplenty here for the Air Asia Philippine Patriots. Up by 1, 2:54 remaining in the opening period. Dixon outside, Larong with his first touch, and he drains the 3.
Well, you know, Jason Dixon has not really scored too many points, but every time he touches that ball inside the paint, things open up on the outside for the Slammers.
Clearing space for his Slammer teammates. Kabatu unable to control. Slammers break out. Baguian underneath the basket and gets it to go. Slammers with a 2, with their biggest lead now at 4. Joseph Salensong on the floor for the first time. Jinjin Kabatu takes a seat.
Well, Salansang is a streak shooter from 3. And right now, obviously, the Philippine Patriots need some offense.
Little bounced off the body of Jason Dixon. Loose ball, and quickly coming up with that, Cheeto Jaime, and an unsportsmanlike foul is called on Larong. Jaime got caught.
And I think he got hit where it counts. So he's going to be down there for a while.
One more look. There's the loose ball. Larong on the floor. That basket counted. A better angle of him here. Oh, and Larong, yeah, lifting the leg of Jaime. Now, the initial signal was for an unsportsmanlike foul. And if that stands, it'll be 2 shots for the Pats and possession.
And that's really going to hurt because, you know, this might be a very rare occasion for a 6-point play. Remember, Jaime just made that basket inside. 2 free throws and they get possession. If they hit a 3, it could even be a 7-point play.
Excellent point. Erwin Santamaria is taking the free throws.
Well, Chito Jaime is actually taken off the court. And his replacement, Santa Maria, a very good shooter.
Now here is where FIBA and NBA rules are different. If a fouled player is on free throws, in the NBA, the opposing team gets to pick the free throw shooter. In the FIBA game, the team that was fouled gets to pick the shooter. And as you say, Santa Maria, a good free throw shooter. Ibanez with the ball. Bogian on him. Fights through a screen to catch up to the Patriot. Shot from the elbow is short. Tap back, won't go. Little with the offensive board. Crashing the glass and comes up with the deuce.
When Little gets the ball that deep inside, he's impossible to stop.
Dixon passes out of that double team. Larong on a drive. Gathers up his own miss. Too strong off the window. Patriots emerge. And Bogian flashes back to tap that one out of bounds.
That should have been an easy 2 points if the pass was made towards the basket and not out towards the wing. But nonetheless, the Patriots will have possession with 1:26 remaining here in the first quarter.
Slammers showing man defense. Little called for steps. Once again, that is twice here in the first quarter.
And he's obviously being bothered by the great defense of Jason Dixon. Dixon has been solid inside defensively, and offensively he's opened things up for the shooters.
Larong from downtown, off the front of the iron.
Well, Dixon and Little continue to talk to each other as they go back down court.
Fernandez. Santa Maria now in the corner. And a battle there between Larong and Fernandez. And the Slammers are going to come up with that ball, Anthony, with 45 seconds remaining.
A lot of times you don't want the player to hold on to the basketball too much. You'd like to be able to move that ball around, and Benedict Fernandez dribbling a little bit too much. He lost it and committed to the foul to boot. So talk about a double black eye.
Bogian and Pirun in the backcourt. Pass down inside to Dixon. Ooh, a tough shot going away from the basket. 6 points for him.
Was he even looking at the basket when he threw that behind his back? Well, he made the basket nonetheless. And he's saying, look, they were holding on to me. That's why I put it up. It should have been a three-point play.
Punishing his former team. We're locked up at 19. 5 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Salansong. Slammers. And that gets taken away. Ibanez down quickly. Width of the floor, and Salansong can't control. Now, 3.3 seconds left. Time for one shot from the Slammers.
Well, Larong trying to do a little bit too much there. Playing out of his comfort zone, losing possession. And he's glad that they have the ball back.
Bogian puts it up himself and off the back of the iron. After 10 minutes, we are tied at 19. The battle for number one in the Air Asia ABL. Slammers trying to tie the Patriots on one-loss record. And we'll have the second quarter when we return. As we see here, Little with the feed to Jaime. That was a good early combination, and then that terrible pass by Rasheem Wright leading to the Sullivan jam. And then the Artie Larong flagrant foul on Cheeto Jaime. It all ends up here after 10 minutes. We are tied at 19. Back to the Anar.
About it, it was 10-2, and that means that 8 rebound discrepancy means Team Philippines getting off the break faster, and that's why Cheeto Jaime's got a lot of points.
Slammers and Patriots locked up at 19 with the second quarter now underway. Jason Dixon, 6 points in the first quarter and playing great defense against that man, Donald Little.
Oh, definitely. Already 2 turnovers for Donald Little in the first 10 minutes of play, and that's because he's really being bothered by the physical presence. But that time, he was able to pick up a foul, the very first of Jason Dixon. A while ago, we were talking about rebound discrepancy. So far, after the first 10 minutes of play, it's 13-5 for the Patriots, and that's why the Philippines has really been able to take control of this game, and I say that kind of loosely because they're only up by 1.
Certainly winning the battle of the boards. Little hits both. Patriots very efficient, 7 of 13 shooting in the first quarter. Left side 3 from Patriots, and the follow from the very active Attaporn Milaporn.
That's going to be a foul call, but you know what? We keep talking about the discrepancy in rebounds. It's now 13 to 6. But you know what? When you look at the 3 offensive rebounds of the Slammers, they've gotten 6 points off it. So they've really made hay when it's there.
Second chance baskets. Flip out. 3 from the right side for Benedict Fernandez.
And Benedict Fernandez and Salansang on both sides of the court, both deadly gunners. That's really going to open things up for Little.
Sullivan trying to pop that one over Little. And then Sullivan creating havoc in the Patriots' backcourt. And the shooting foul will be called on Ibanez.
Well, nobody to blame but himself there was Little. He came up with a defensive stop, but just couldn't get it up from under the basket. And here's Sullivan for 2 on the line.
2 team fouls for both the Patriots and Slammers. And we've played just over a minute here of the second quarter. Devon Sullivan in his 3rd game. Before that, we'll take a look at the previous triple from Fernandez. Very smooth form coming off the bench. Sullivan hitting that free throw. He had 28 points in his debut with the Slammers 2 games ago, but woeful shooting, just 1 of 10 in their win over the Barracudas last week. Inside, Salansong waited for the defender to commit, then goes board and cord for the deuce.
Well, that time Salansang showing that he can operate inside as well, but he's mainly a 3-point shooter.
Bogian backing it out. 6 seconds to shoot. Sullivan puts it up from the side. Too strong on the 3. Loose ball. Hustle play by the Slammers. Here's Dixon, and he gets Little off his feet.
And that's the 2nd time on 2 offensive possessions that they've been able to come up with a steal. Talking about the Thailand squad, and they're really taking advantage of the miscues of Team Philippines.
Right back into the game. Right before this one, had talked about the fact that he would need some rest on the bench. Certainly could not go the full 40. Wouldn't expect him to. Here's Patriots. Loose ball gathered up quickly by Ibanez. Scampering down the floor. Salansong. And loose ball. Sullivan emerges with it. Bogian. Quick drive. Wow. Fräulein Bogian, who goes maybe 5'9", goes over the top of the 6'10" Donald Little.
Well, he's fearless, as you can see there. Here's another guy who's fearless.
Fernandez.
Fernandez inside. Not
Wild
also
hair.
the tallest of guys, but you know what? These guys are not scared to take it into the land of the trees.
Sopan Patriots sits down. See there the coaching staff of the Thailand Slammers, led by Tonket Singaseni. Fräulein Bogian, one more look. What elevation from the little man.
Well, what Baguion does on one side, that's exactly what Billones does on the other. These 2 guys just mirror themselves so much.
Air Asia. Big presence here at the Inaris Sports Arena. And they've just been a wonderful sponsor here in this, the 2nd season of the ASEAN Basketball League. Bogian looking to do it again. And that was a defensive switch that went awry for the Patriots.
Well, he's got 6 points already, and those are deadly points because that last one, in fact, if you want to count the other one, that was a virtual layup. It was a teardrop shot, yes, but still off the glass. That time, the last one was unchallenged, Sean.
Cheeto Jaime back onto the floor along with the guy Billones.
Oh, that was very clear. He came up with an elbow. And they continue to talk.
Bagian and Billones, two Pinoys, hashing it out.
And I think he was looking and saying, look, I was just staying there. You didn't have to give me an elbow to the face. This is what you call sticky defense.
Third team foul on the Patriots. P-Rune squares to shoot. Loose ball, and that was last touched by Fernandez despite his protest.
Well, that's a good call. I totally agree with you, Sean. It's Thailand basketball.
Referees will tell you the out-of-bounds call is the toughest call. Guys with the fastest hands in the world, and everyone's saying, no, it wasn't me.
And that's why the NBA has actually adopted that rule in the last 2 minutes of going to the replay, because they want to be able to get it right.
Dixon flipping that back to Bagian. Kabatu had to hustle back to guard Dixon. Slammers patient with the ball now, and a foul on the inside, and they'll call that one on Junjun Kabatu.
And you can see every time Dixon gets the ball, the defense of the Patriots just collapse inside, and that should be the cue for the other players from the Slammers to be able to cut to the basket or get to their spots in the court. And so far, so good for the Slammers. They've been able to execute very well.
6:47 to play in the second quarter. The Patriots already with their fourth team foul. Jason Dixon, who does like to shoot from three-point territory from time to time with a miss.
But if I was the Patriots, I'll give that to him all day. You don't want that big physical presence inside that paint.
Little dumping it off, and Bagian scampers the length of the floor, then turns around. Baseline drive. Wow, nobody can stop Froyline Bagian today.
That's 8 points already.
Slammers retake the lead, 29-27.
Breaking the fourth deadlock of this ball game. They're now up by 2. And we have not yet seen from Rasheem Wright.
And Rasheem Wright just bobbled an entry pass. Yet another Pats turnover. Sullivan, quiet thus far.
He should take that.
And does, and throws up a brick.
The reason why he threw up a brick was because he double clutched. The moment you see yourself free, take the clear shot.
Now watch Bagian turn around. He'll go baseline here, knowing that he can blow by Little any time he wants.
But the thing is, Little could actually have recovered and taken the shot block up high, but he just didn't do anything. I think he's a little bit tired at this stage.
Here's Wright. Picked up by P-Rune. Off a screen. 3 won't go. Little crashes the boards. Right down in the corner.
You know, looking at Rasheem Wright, you can see that explosiveness is not there.
Billones dumps back to Little. Tried to thread the needle, and that's knocked out by the Slammers with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, right now, Little has got 11 rebounds in the ballgame, but I think he needs this breather badly because he has come up with a couple of poor passes here and there.
Timeout on the floor. Slammers on the road, leading the Patriots 29-27. We're back. Slammers on the road, leading the Philippine Patriots 29-27. See the fans here at the Inara Sports Arena in Pasig City. Patriots all but unstoppable here on their home floor in this season and last season in the ABL. The Slammers trying to dent that today, and if they do, both the Pats and the Slammers will be atop the ABL standings with records of 6-2. Rasheem Wright to inbound. Back out to Kabatu. Squares for the 3 and knocks it down.
That's a shot he can hit. He likes to operate inside, but he's got the touch to hit it from 3. Talking about some rebounding numbers, Little has 11 rebounds as compared to 8 for the entire Slammers, but still, they're only just down by a point.
And as you mentioned earlier, Slammers making the most of second chance opportunities. P-Roon, too
There's
strong
another
on the
rebound.
three. Yeah, they're clearing the glass for sure. Turnaround jumper in and out for Cheeto Jaime. John Tuma back in the game. Down in the corner. P-Roon to alert Milaporn. Quick flip to Dixon. P-Roon. Wing three. Right.
There's Kabatu down. They don't see him.
Oh, a block by alert Milaporn. And the foul on Billones. Patriots certainly the better team in transition, Anthony.
And that's what they like to do. That's why they want to be able to dominate the boards, because they just like to run, and they've got the horses to be able to do so. So why not? Always play to your strengths.
We just saw Alas diagramming something up with Billones and Kabatu, with Jaime missing the first of two. Both teams now getting it done at the free throw line. As I say that, Jaime misses the second. The commentators lament Jaime taking that one away, and Milaporn with the reach-in foul.
Well, so many turnovers already here by the Slammers, and they've had about 4 or 5 also in the first quarter, and that's really been doing them in. They're getting pretty good execution every time they get the ball inside to Jason Dixon, but otherwise, when the other players try to take it to the basket, they lose possession.
Jaime right back to the free throw line. And he is there because the Slammers are over the limit with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. He makes both, and it's a 3-point Patriots lead. Sullivan shovels it over. Dixon back outside. Larong. Lord Milaporn mistimed his jump for the rebound. Sullivan falling out of bounds. Lord Milaporn, baseline, loose ball. Kabatu coming up with it. And then that's off the foot and still in play. Frenetic action. Whoa, Lord Milaporn, what was he thinking?
I'll tell you what he was thinking. He didn't want to get blocked.
And
What's
there's the
that?
Yeah, the block by Little on Sullivan. Skip pass. Rasheem Wright looking to settle things down. Corner three, not there.
Wright is really just not himself here today. And you can see, he may tell you he's not hurt, but mentally he's not 100%.
Double team comes. Dixon immediately passes to Larong, drives to the basket, and a foul on Little, who yells at his teammates for defensive assistance.
Well, wouldn't you like to have somebody inside the paint like Little, always as the last line of defense? This is one guy who can average 10 shot blocks in one ball game, and he dominates the boards. As you can see, he's got 13 rebounds already, and we still have 3:07 to go in the first half.
That gentleman is a translator for the Thailand Slammers and one of the team managers. He is a Filipino, but working for the Thailand Slammers as the coaching staff run their huddles and practices in Thai. And of course, the two American imports do not speak Thai. From the baseline, shot by Jaime is short, follows up his own miss, trying to gather up that loose ball. Kabatu had to lay off. Sullivan crossover dribble, and he is so good in the open floor.
He's so good in the open floor, but at the same time, you can just see Wright is just not there defensively. Sullivan blew past him like he wasn't even there.
Stutter step by Wright. They swing it around. That is good ball movement by the Patriots. Billones unable to finish. Baguion back to Dixon. And I believe that'll be a foul from behind on Billones. And that's official. It is Billones on the foul. And that puts the Patriots over the limit. And the Slammers are in the bonus now with Sullivan at the line.
Well, a new face coming in here now for the Patriots in Harold Santa Cruz, wearing jersey number 12, making his first entry here in this ball game. And there's a nice conversation. I don't know if you can see that on your screens, but Coach Louis Alas is talking to Rasheem Wright. And if I was Alas, I'd be asking him, are you sure that you're ready to go? Because you have not been able to do too much offensively, and defensively, you've been hurting me.
He has been quiet, to be sure. Devon Sullivan playing in place of Chris Quete, who is on the mend and nearly back to full strength. So it's unclear how long Sullivan will remain with the Slammers. Back outside, Wright passed up on the three, and a 3-second violation called on Little for 48. That one coming at Namibud Stadium in Bangkok. Donald Little, Anthony, led all scorers with just 14 points in a very low-scoring game. Sullivan lost it, and Lert Milaporn was right there to pick it up. Baguion from the top, looking for a screen from Dixon. Drive, shovels over. Lert Milaporn. No one touched that, so Pat's ball. 91 seconds to go here in the first half. Ibanez. Little trying to get into the lane, and Sullivan cut that off. Both teams doing a poor job of handling the ball today.
Oh, quite definitely. So many turnovers already. We just talked about the turnover numbers for the Patriots. And here's Little once again trying to work against Dixon, but I don't think that's his forte.
Oh, weak shot. Dixon snatches the rebound. Sullivan given a lot of room by Salensong. Passed up on the shot. 2 seconds to shoot. Inside Sullivan, and that is a set play that the Slammers worked to perfection.
Exactly. They waited for the last minute, and that's exactly what they did. They got the point, and they're up by 2.
11 points for Devon Sullivan. Fade away. Won't go. Donald Little having a very difficult first half here against Dixon.
Well, I don't really like that call. I'm not quite sure if that's actually a call coming from the bench, because obviously Little is having problems with the big defensive presence of Jason Dixon inside, and I would not make that call again and again and again, but they continue to do so.
17.4 seconds remaining. Slammers call timeout. They'll have the ball. The shot clock obviously is off, so they'll try and set up presumably for one more shot, and would love to take it into halftime, maintaining the lead.
Definitely. Now when they have possession, looking at the offensive end, as far as the Patriots are concerned, I'd like to be able to go to Rasheem Wright and test him one final time if I was Coach Duvelas. Let's see what he really give me, because if he's not going to be able to give me what I expect, then I'm going to really use him very seldomly come second half.
And here is where the Patriots separate themselves from the rest of the pack in the ABL. They can take a Rasheem Wright and a Donald Little out of the mix and the Filipino players can get it done as they did last week in the overtime win over the Slingers.
Exactly. We talked about that early in this ball game. The fact that in their last win, after a harrowing loss to Brunei, they showed their character, they showed a lot of spunk, they showed a lot of spirit, coming up with a come-from-behind victory over a very strong Singapore Slinger squad, playing all Filipino. And so that's a very good point you make, Sean. If Rasheem Wright is not 100%, in fact, what he's shown me here today, I'd put it easily at 70% maximum. Quite possibly even 55 to 60. Let's see what happens.
You're talking about the guy who has come in as their #1 scoring option. So, Sullivan at the line, looking to extend this 2-point lead. Makes the second. 35-32 Slammers. So 15 seconds here for the Patriots to get something off. Larong is on right. Gets around Larong, inside to Donald Little, and the follow. That is a heads-up play by Harold Santa Cruz. Deadlocked after 1 quarter. And the Slammers will go into the half leading the Philippine Patriots 35-34. A very quiet first half for Little and Wright, and yet they're only down by 1.
Exactly, it's a very good point, but we talked about it. You'd like to be able to see what Rasheem Wright can give you, and he showed you a little bit of explosiveness there, opening up that play for the Team Philippines. That's why they were able to get the basket up. They got it in the offensive rebound, and now just down by 1.
35-34. Let's send it over to our reporter, Rima.
Good distribution as far as their offense is concerned. Here you see Benedict Fernandez in it from the outside, but really, look at this. Little, very tired, couldn't do anything against the very small Bagyon. As we take a look at the leading scorers, Jaime there with 12. We talked about it. Little with 7, Fernandez with 4, Capatu with 3, hitting that big 3 as we ended the first half of play.
And of course, what's interesting is what's not up on the screen. Rasheem Wright, 0 points in the first half, and yet the Pats just down by 1. And Wright, as we heard from Eric Arreola, will start here in the 3rd quarter. He is on the floor, along with Salansong, Kabatu, Ibanez, and Little for the Thailand Slammers. Attaporn, Milaporn, Froyline, Bogyan with the ball, Piapong, Pirun, Dixon, and Sullivan. Now that shot goes up, and Little pushing Bogyan. Donald Little against Froyline Bogyan. That is not a fair fight, Anthony.
No, it's not, definitely. I'm wondering what the fracas is all about, because, you know, we had the entire bench from Thailand get up and complain about something. But it looked like there was a foul called on Ibanez. I think they're not going to give him a shooting foul.
No, he's not. They're saying the foul was on the floor. Of course, Froyline Bogyan mixing it up with Donald Little is interesting. Bogyan a season ago was a Philippine Patriot.
Exactly. So he knows their plays, and he knows that team quite well.
Ibanez, at mid-floor, a hard screen by Donald Little. No foul is called. Salansong looking for help. Puts it on the floor over the top of Sullivan, who soars in for the rebound. So after all that, the score remains the same. Milaporn now inside. Dixon trying to get into the lane. Baseline. That's good defense by Donald Little, but Sullivan takes it away, and Little is forced to foul.
And you know, Sean, how many times has that happened for Team Philippines? They got the defensive stop. They could not get the outlet pass. It was always stolen by the Slammers and taken inside for some points.
Second foul on Donald Little. We've played less than a minute, 2 team fouls on the Patriots here in the third quarter. And you see Sukhdev Gogar on the left of your screen. Tonkit Singaseni trying to engineer a huge road win for the Slammers.
Well, you know, Sean, obviously you and I have the best job in the world because we can sit here and talk about shuffling players in and out. But, you know, once again, I'm sorry, but I really have to question why Rasheem Wright is in the ball game right now. Obviously, Coach Livelas wants to see his main man try to do something, but he's not 100%.
Little getting behind Dixon. And that's the rare time that Little has gotten the better of Dixon.
That's right on the money there, Sean.
Slammers lead cut to 1. Sullivan follows up his own miss in midair for the putback.
And that's what the Patriots have got to be wary of. Sullivan is always around the basket looking for an offensive rebound, looking to get a steal here and there. He's very active.
Little on the baseline. Foul from behind, basket, and oh boy, they're going to take it away, and they'll say steps on Little.
It looked like steps. It really looked like it. And you can see he was very worried about the defensive presence once again of Dixon.
And that could have led to a tie here because it looked like an and one if it wasn't a travel. Salansong denies the entry pass. Kabatu whips it over. Abanez inside. Blocked by Dixon. Now they want a goaltend. No whistle.
And I think they were right there.
Yeah, they had a beef. The ball was coming down. P-Roon back to Dixon, in for the slam, and that's a 4-point swing.
Yes, it is. That was big. That was a big non-call by the referees there.
They swallowed their whistle here. Not easy to do.
The Patriots might need a timeout here. Especially with a basket here by the Slammers.
Bogyan gives up his dribble back to Dixon. And that was last. In fact, no one touching that. Dixon throwing that one out of bounds. And the Patriots get it back.
Well, a very indecisive move there by Jason Dixon. He was thinking of taking the shot, threw it out there. That's one of those rare times, you know, you just got to take the shot even if it's out of your comfort zone.
Kabatu backs down Sullivan. That's a professional basket by Junjun Kabatu.
Well, quite definitely got 5 points in the ball game already. And you can see Little just telling Dixon, take that shot. We'll give that to you all day.
Rainbow 3 attempted by Lurt Milaporn.
And now they're shooting 1 out of 15 from 3.
Double dribble. The call on Kabatu. Again, Patriots turning the ball over, Anthony.
Well, we talked about it. That is the key for the Patriots to win this ball game. They've got to cut down on their turnovers. That's turnover number 24. A lot of times you have 20 turnovers, you lose the ball game. They've got 24. We've got 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Manajan Tuma has come into the game for the Slammers. Dixon from outside. Long pass, P-Roon trying to tangle up with Little. Disrupt the shot.
Well, that was a duty foul. Make sure there is no three-point play opportunity. But again, you can see the strategy of Team Philippines. The Patriots allowing Jason Dixon to take that shot from about 16, 17 feet out.
That is the first team foul by the Slammers in this third quarter. And the first on P-Rune. Gets the hometown roll. Artie Larong comes into the game, and Piapong P-Rune sits down. Sullivan couldn't get that one to fall. Little working past Dixon, and that will be a Jason Dixon foul with Little shooting a pair. Little 10 points, 14 rebounds now.
Well, second foul there on Jason Dixon. That has got to be the key really here for Little. If you want to make the move against Dixon, it's got to be a quick move to the basket. You cannot back him down, similar to what he was doing in the first half. So you can see Louis Alas on the money there, making the adjustment, and Little following the instructions to a T.
Splits the free throws, 41-40 Slammers. 5.5 to play here in Pasig City. Sullivan passed it up. John Tuma. Nothing happening for the Slammers today from three-point territory. And a baseline foul goes against the Pats.
And another turnover once again by the Patriots. As you can see, they've made the defensive stop time and time again, but could just not clear that side of the court. And we hate to belabor the point, Sean, but once again, Rasheem Wright has been a non-factor.
Harold Santa Cruz in the game for Salensong. 3 for Sullivan. Oh, the follow. How about Sullivan following up his own missed 3? Got all the way down to the basket. Ibanez feeds Little. Then on the inside, Santa Cruz, excuse me, unable to finish.
Don't tell me they're going to take another 3. They've gotten nothing from there.
John Tuma now corner 3. Artie Larong. The drought continues from three-point land.
They are shooting 1 out of 18 from there, but they continue to throw up bricks. Go figure.
4:38 remaining here in the third quarter. Slammers clinging to a 1-point edge. ABL. Thailand Slammers leading the Air Asia Philippine Patriots 41-40. 4:32 remaining in the third quarter. Rima, Anthony Suntai, and Sean Farquhar on the call for this one. Bagian taps that one out of bounds, denying the pass for Ibanez. And the Patriots continuing to take poor care of the ball, Anthony, here in the second half.
Well, they haven't learned their lesson. The only thing that they've been able to tweak to good measure is Donald Little's attack on Jason Dixon. That has really worked to their advantage here in the second half.
Rasheem Wright looking to drive, pulls up. Kabatu in and out on the 18-footer.
Let's see what the Slammers do here. They're now shooting 6% from 3. Let's see if they continue to take it from there. I know that's the shot that's being given to them, but you know what? Sometimes you're going to have to be able to tell yourself, look, it's not working. Let's try to do something else.
Milaporn, show and go. Hook shot, basket, and a foul.
There, they showed the shot for 3, took it straight to the basket, got the foul on the basket for a 3-point play opportunity. As we said, if it's not working, do something else. There are so many other facets of the game you can go to.
So the Slammers, as you say, shifting gears.
A while ago, we talked about the Slammers shooting 7% from three-point country, saying they can't do any worse. Now they're shooting 6%.
Three-point play is converted by Milaporn. Fernandez Baseline drive. Dixon got a piece of that. Little for the follow and the putback.
Well, the Patriots have done that all throughout the game. When they see Dixon reacting, he's the last line of defense. They just put the shot up because they know they're going to get the offensive rebound.
Boggan whipping that one over. Larong all kinds of time. And it falls for Artie Larong.
And you can see he made the adjustment. He got the pass, he took it one step closer and made the long two.
Ibanez and the defense goes with him. Now shifting to the other side. Rasheem Wright. Long range jumper is good.
Well, that's a big basket as far as Wright's concerned, and that may just keep him on the court for a little bit longer. Only his first basket of the game.
And then great defense. Patriots on the denial. Rasheem Wright again. Loose ball, Larong. And he's stripped by Ibanez. Fernandez, right other side. Short on the three. And he's a little slow to get back. And Artie Larong heads up play to get behind the Patriots defense.
Exactly. Larong has got the foot speed. He's got to get down, but he does not have the talent to dribble it up court. We talked about it, playing within yourself. That's going to be a charge. Very clear. Actually, there were conflicting calls there. One referee called the charge, the other one called the block.
Here's Larong getting behind Wright and Fernandez. Now here's another look at that last foul. Tough to say.
Really tough call, and you know what, that was really 50-50. That's why both referees really had conflicting calls there.
Gets behind the glass off the right miss. And Salensong, you can see Rasheem right there shaking his head. He'll come out of the game. Salensong replacing Wright. And Billones in place of Ibanez. Pirun back on the floor for the Slammers. Good pass by Boggan with Dixon camped in the lane.
That's why you've got to love Boggan. He knows exactly what to do at every particular situation. A while ago you saw that great alley-oop play that he had over to the other American import. Now finding Jason Dixon inside with a great pass, and he's on the line for 2 free throws, though he blows the first one.
That foul putting the Patriots in the penalty. The rims here not quite as friendly when Dixon is wearing a Slammers uniform.
You think? But that's another rebound there by Little. He's got 17 boards already. Talk about a king of the boards right now. He's lording it over everybody.
Bears a distinctive resemblance to Tyson Chandler, the Dallas Mavericks center.
But he's got the same kind of hops.
Here's Billones. 7 seconds to shoot. Dixon up. Crowd wanted a goaltend. Billones calmly hits it now. That basket should count as the foul came after the shot. They've given the 2 points.
And look at this, Sullivan going after Coach Louis Alas. We don't know exactly what triggered that one. We'll try to sort things out and find out for you when we come back, but Sullivan went straight to Coach Louis Alas of the opposing squad.
So tempers starting to fray here at the Inaris Arena, with the Slammers leading 48-47. All right, so that led. Now watch Billones. He'll take the shot. The foul was called underneath the basket. Now Sullivan is not in your picture. The basket did subsequently count. And as you say, Sullivan and Alas exchange words and a little bit more on the sideline.
I'm wondering why, because, they weren't even in the same vicinity, really.
A future Philippine Patriot on camera. Fans here at the Inaris Sports Arena may be seeing a rare loss.
Well, we got Alex Pisano, a player of the Patriots who is actually under the weather. He's not listed in the lineup here for today, but they could use him. They could have used him, definitely. His height, his heft, his rebounding power.
Now well, the foul that came after the Billones basket was against the Patriots, and as mentioned, they're over the limit, which is why Pirun is on the line.
And the thing is, that foul was the third foul on Little. And so really not a very good place to be in if you're the Patriots, because you're getting virtually nothing out of Rasheem Wright. He's got 3 points off that last three-pointer you saw before he hit the bench. He's 1 out of 6 from three-point range. And at the same time now, your main man in the middle has got 3 personal fouls.
2-point margin for the Slammers. Billones and Bagian, two of the fastest players battling. Now, Little going over the top of Dixon. Fernandez with the offensive rebound. Billones for 3. Little couldn't control it. 2 seconds between game clock and shot clock. Inside Sullivan, and that's a tough basket.
And another pass there by Froilan Bagyon, finding the import inside. That's an easy basket.
Oh, collision and a late whistle. The referees took a while to call that one. Seen the Patriots so many times before come from behind in the fourth quarter. Can they do it again here on their home floor? Cheeto Jaime back into the game. He is on the floor with Salensong, Little, Fernandez, and Billones. Slammers take it away. Mana John Tuma looking to drive. Billones with a hack from behind.
Well, the Thailand squad asking there for an unsportsmanlike foul, and as you can see a while ago, it didn't look like Billones was really going for the ball.
Slammers start this second half with Laurent, Dixon, Pirun, Sullivan, and John Tuma. That's Mana John Tuma, who is at the line. Just 16 seconds in, Patriots committing a foul. I believe Sullivan has played the full 3 quarters, as has Dixon.
That's right, and I think we just might have seen the last of Rasheem Wright here in this ball game.
Salensong, ooh, that is good defense by Laurent.
Right now, though, their only option is Little. And they're going to call a foul on Jason Dixon. That's going to be his 3rd.
So 3 on Little and 3 on Dixon. Dixon is livid, but that was definitely a foul.
And the line shooting 2 free throws, Donald Little.
Well, at this particular stage, if I was Thailand, I'd like to maybe rethink my strategy defensively. you could probably put Sullivan one-on-one on the outside on Little and just have Jason Dixon as a second man.
Oh, they do not box out the Patriots. Oh, yes, Cheeto Jaime punishes the Slammers. How you don't seal out on a missed free throw, I'll never understand.
I'd like to check the records because this might be the birthday of Cheeto Jaime. He's hitting from everywhere.
Right side, the three. Totally absent from the game of the Slammers. Defense, though, ever present. They cut it off there. Whistle on the inside.
That was indecision once again, and that was a golden opportunity there for Thailand to get another easy 2 points inside, but nobody wanted to take the basket. They passed it around too much, got the 3-second violation called.
Pats with the ball, looking to retake the lead. Fernandez, team room with him the whole way, gives it up to Billones. Loose ball, Little could not control. Sullivan in the open floor, and he is hit. I think he got hit in the eye. He has just collapsed on the floor. Now, was there a foul call? There was no initial whistle, but I wonder if they'll do it after the fact.
This is a great angle. Let's see.
Ooh. That hand swipe by Billones. With the advantage of a replay, the referees would have to call a foul.
But what the crowd here inside are complaining about is the fact that he actually took 2 steps before he actually had any reaction to that slap in the face.
Now, in fact, they do call a foul on Billones. So Sullivan to shoot a pair.
That's too strong. You saw it on the release.
And because the foul was in the open floor and Billones was the last man, so here's the Slammers that tapped that one out. So Pat's ball.
22 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, the matchup inside that paint is still going to be Dixon against Little. I'm
Yep.
wondering when Thailand's going to make that adjustment.
We're going to have to check the call on that. Billones was the last man back, so really that should be an unsportsmanlike, and the Slammers should have had possession. Right on the baseline, scoop shot falls. And just like that, the Patriots retake the lead.
He's got 5 points in the ball game, Sean.
Dixon in the middle, and on the way up, Little commits the foul.
Well, going back to that 5th point there of Rasheem Wright, which we're going to see right now. Yes, he got the basket, but you can see just not that explosive with the finish. And you can see him gingerly getting up court.
So he continues to struggle. And a correction, that last foul was called on Cheeto Jaime, not Donald Little. And that is key. It would have been 4 on Little with the majority of the 4th quarter still to play. Dixon, effective at both ends of the floor today for the Slammers. This is his return trip to Manila. He led the Patriots to the ABL championship in the inaugural season. He's taking care of some perspiration on the floor here.
Well, Jason Dixon not phased whatsoever there, Sean. Just calmly makes those 2 free throws and again establishes a 1-point advantage for the visitors.
Jaime on the outside. Villones ran out of room. Oh yes, Little power move. And he's lucky he was not called for a foul for hanging on the rim. Dixon, hook shot, Sullivan trying to create. Villones back to Little, into the slam and the foul.
You were talking about Tyson Chandler earlier, and that's exactly what Chandler does in the NBA. Running the open court, waiting for the opportune pass, and slamming it home.
Watch the follow, Little. Dixon had left his man. And that is a momentum-changing play. 57-54 with a free throw still to come for Donald Little. Patriots looking to reassert their dominance here in the Air Asia ABL. We're back to Manila. Little, Piapong P room called for the foul. The Air Asia personnel loving it here at the Inara Sports Arena. Donald Little does not finish the three-point play, but the Patriots do lead by 3.
I like this change here for Thailand, bringing back Froilan Bagyon. He has made things happen for his team.
And Louis Alas rolling the dice a little bit, and finally the three-pointer from Piapong Pirun.
They've been shooting 6% from there. That was a big three to tie things up.
And at the other end of the floor, Jaime with an egregious turnover. And that's why Louis Alas is staring daggers at Jaime.
6th deadlock of the ball game here at 57.
Quick flashing play by Froilan Bagyon.
He's got 10 points, and as we said, he makes things happen. If he doesn't look for the basket himself, will make the perfect pass.
Now trying to halt. Agape Villones. Oh, wow. Shoveling that one upstairs.
And we're tied once again.
Kabatu lays off Sullivan. Bagyon, defense collapses. Pirun, corner 3 is good.
Back-to-back threes here by Thailand, just when we were on them for shooting 6% at one stage. And look at this. They're 100% the last 2 trips down the court.
Over on the side, and Alas slams the ball in frustration. Look how wide open Pirun is. Defensive miscue by the Patriots.
Here's Wright. Let's see if he tries to take advantage. Takes it strong, overshoots.
So certainly not lacking in aggression on that play. Doesn't get the result, however. Eight seconds to shoot. Slammers in no hurry. Pirun again. Loose ball, and they nearly gave that one up. Villones on a drive. Great finger roll action from Villones.
He's got 8, but you know what? That's a cardinal sin as far as defense is concerned. You gotta guard the man with the ball. They were guarding everybody else except him.
Going down the middle. That shot was altered. Sullivan back, 3 seconds to shoot. Piapong Pirun has come alive in the 4th quarter.
And that extends the lead here of the visitors to 3.
8 points rather for Pirun in the last minute and a half. Right. Over for Kabatu.
And look at Little. Little looks tired. He's dragging his feet up. And at the same time, they've gotten no production from right. But you know what? I'm changing my stance. I like right in the ball game right now because Louis Alas has actually kept the locals in for a time, but nobody really took it upon themselves to take control of the game, and so you've got to bring him back in.
A lot of the Patriots now looking winded with 3:53 to go. The loose ball had gone out of bounds last touch by the Patriots, so after this timeout, the Slammers will have it with 8 seconds to shoot.
And once again here, with only 8 seconds left in the shot clock, you'd like to be able to design a play again for Jason Dixon. He's your main man inside. He opened things up, and let's see what happens.
On this break, we can tell you other action in the Air Asia ABL. The Brunei Barracudas beat Satcher Muda Pratama 75-66.
Well, we got some PBA players. As you can see, Jimmy Alapag and Gabe Norwood. And you have the former Patriot here, Rob Wainwright, also in the house, enjoying the action. He has his back towards the camera, so he's the one in the cap. He played with the Patriots in their title-winning season last year.
Donald Little, Cheeto Jaime, Warren Ibanez, and Billones, all with 3 fouls. So no real foul trouble for the Patriots, down by 3 with 3:53 to go. Slammers to bring it in, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Artie Larong checking back into the game. Pirun, Boggian, 2 seconds on the shot clock. And he just got that off balance shot. Oh, and now they're saying shot clock violation. So apparently he did not get it off on a delayed call.
Well, regardless, of course, it's going to be the ball here of the Patriots. Let's see what they do offensively, only down by 3 points. But they have not done anything right offensively. Let's see if they go to right to try to right that wrong.
Risky pass by Kabatu. Now, Artie Larong commits the foul. Billones back into the game. And Jinjin Kabatu, not his best day, is on the bench. Billones. Ooh, Jason Dixon with the foul.
And he's not a happy man. Look at this. He picks up his 4th. Slams the A-board right in front of us.
So we still have 3:23 here.
And that's going to be a technical foul.
Whoa.
And that's going to count as a personal.
If it does, he would be out of the game.
Jason Dixon, 5 fouls.
Jason Dixon looking to plead his case. Now, here he's tangled up with Little, and that right arm bump called for the foul. And I'll tell you what, Jason Dixon is done.
You know what? I understand exactly what Jason Dixon is thinking of. Why? We talked about that early in the first quarter, and we were saying that the referees were allowing a lot of the banging to go on. They were allowing the players to play, and suddenly a little push like that they call.
So he was called for the foul on Little and then came over and punched some of the signage after the whistle. Now that was a technical foul, and as you say, Anthony, that's 5, and Dixon would be done for the day.
He's going to hit the showers early. 3:23 remaining in this ball game. They're clinging on to a very precarious 1-point lead.
On the technical foul, shots in possession for the Patriots, which is why they have the ball. Ibanez in the backcourt with Billones.
I like that combination outside. Two very quick guards.
Sullivan now is guarding Little. Bilionis from outside converts the three.
And that is what will happen when you have two guards that are very quick and there are really no counterparts defensively on the other side. It's going to open things up, and Bilionis was free for that three, and he nailed it. Fourth and fifth foul on the main man, Jason Dixon, which means it limits them offensively. Talking about the Thailand squad, and in the other side, Louis Alas making a brilliant move of bringing in two quick point guards in Ibanez and Bilionis. Nobody on the other side to be able to stop that. Bilionis free for the three, knocks it down, and now they're up by two.
Should the Patriots finish this one off, their record would go to 7-1. Slammers would fall to 5-3, so it would be a two-game lead for the Patriots in the AirAsia ABL standings. And the Patriots, with a win today, would claim the season series against the Thailand Slammers. They would play one more time. Of course, the Patriots have already beaten the Slammers once. Bogian down for Lert Milaporn. Bogian, they swing it over, right over. Here's Sullivan, fade away, and Little, with nobody on him, clears glass easily.
And he picks up his 20th rebound. Another big defensive stop by the Philippine Patriots. Let's see what they do offensively.
Right, going back. 3 seconds to shoot on the three-point line. He's short. Slammers can tie. Pirun, and a foul on the baseline. That'll be Warren Ibanez.
Black and foul at number 3, Warren Ibanez. It's his fourth personal, team foul number 4.
Only team foul number 4, so that was a very good foul there by Ibanez.
At this stage of the game, we try and decide who is the best player for each team. And on the one hand, for the Slammers, you'd say Jason Dixon based on his performance, but he commits a terrible foul, not an intelligent play, and that really is hurting them now in the dying minutes.
Yes, it is. He's hit the showers early, cannot help his team anymore.
Where Milaporn throwing that one away. Slammers need a denial with 1:52 to go. Nice ball movement by the Patriots.
Wright is free. He's gonna have to put this one up.
They swing it around, 2 seconds to shoot. Now off the ball, Little is called for the foul, and that's his fourth.
And that's gonna be the 15th foul.
Penalty.
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah, Slammers now shooting free throws for the last 97 seconds of this fourth quarter.
Well, if you're Coach Louis Alas, you've got to love the aggressiveness still being shown by Little. You'll have to let that one go. The problem is, for the Thailand team, Sullivan has been suspect from the line, but he makes the first. Let's see if he's up to the task here for the second. 1:37 remains.
19 points. Check that. After the free throw, 20 points for Devon Sullivan. And we are deadlocked at 66. A minute and a half to play here. Pass cut off. That is good perimeter defense by Bogian. Jakrapan Silapapapot, number 54 in the game here. He comes in place of Dixon.
Shot clock's at 6.
Bogian, they whip it over Sopan Pinapatra alert off the bench. Monster shot from three-point land.
Sopon there with a shot.
That is money with an even minute to go here.
And after we've been writing the Slammers about their poor three-point shooting, guy coming off the bench, but look at this. Fantastic pass again by Bagyon. Saw the open man, but still, you've got to make that three-point shot count.
Coaches and players will tell you it's not how many you make, it's when you make them, and that's a big three for Sopan Pinapatra alert. With 5 team fouls, so any foul now, and we will be seeing free throws.
What a gem coming off the bench. You're going to have to really give it to Coach Shing Hanseni.
In the loss that the Slammers suffered to the Philippine Patriots, 54-48, Sopan Pinapatra alert was the high man for the Slammers with 13 points. So he is very comfortable playing against the Philippine Patriots.
He's only got 3 points, but those are the biggest 3 points so far in this particular match.
Jason Dixon has fouled out. Donald Little playing with 4 fouls, as is Warren Ibanez for the Pats. Wright stays in the game, Anthony.
Well, right now they've got no choice. Nobody in the team Philippines has really been able to take the offensive cudgels. They're hoping Rasheem Wright and his shooting
From the
does
corner.
it for them. Nothing there.
Pinapatra alert throws it away. Pats wanted a foul underneath. Billones back to Wright. Ibanez. They don't need to hurry. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Jaime on a drive, gets the basket, cutting. The Slammers lead to 1. A loss telling them to hustle back on defense. 30 seconds to play. 1-point game here at Anaris Arena. Sopan, who had hit that big 3 with the ball, he'll try to do it again. The shot is short. Loose ball, and that was tapped out by the Slammers. So it comes to this, 13 and a half to play, and the Patriots will have the ball.
You know, it'll be nice to see that once again, if you can see that final play, because the Slammers are saying it was off one of the Patriots. Let's see if they did have a beef, but of course the call has already been made. We do not have the rule of the NBA here in the ABL. So the call has been made. It's going to be the ball of the Patriots, but still, just for everybody, we'd like to be able to see that last out-of-bounds play to see who really touched it last.
This was at the other end of the floor. Cheeto Jaime, great individual effort on the finger roll. Now off the Sopan miss, see if he can pick up who touched that last. Now they are saying that Silapapapot got his fingers on that. He puts his hands up. I have to say the officials got that one right. It looked like the Thai
It did look like it came off him, yes. But Ibanez did touch it, but right before going out, he did touch the player from Thailand. So all's not lost. It's only a 1-point ball game. The Philippines can actually win it with a twinner, and with a great defensive effort, Thailand can come away with a victory and tie the Patriots here. Very crucial 13.5 seconds coming up.
The shot clock is off at Inaris Arena. Rasheem Wright, not his best day, but he mans up and is going to be in there. They had called timeout, so he'll inbound from the side.
Fouls the Slammers, Alquion Billones.
And it's Billones with the ball. Ibanez at the top. He's got Jaime on the inside. He's going to drive himself. Loose ball. Sopan picks it up. They whip it out. And that's it. The clock is expired. And the Thailand Slammers on the road will win it 69-68. And the Patriots are stunned, Anthony.
Well, right now they're actually asking if there was still some time left on the clock. I believe there was no more time. It's a 1-ball game here for Thailand. And again, I said, as far